know that classic cake that your mom made for your birthday. Dry and crumbly cake from a box with frosting from a can. Well, today we are going to show you how to make an amazing moist chocolate cake and some pudding frosting.
And today we are going to show you just that. We both made this cake a lot over quarantine and our family has seemed to love it. I'm Ivy.
And I'm Katie.
And to start off, you're going to want to make sure your hair is up, hands are clean, have clean clothes on, and preheat your oven to 400.
Next, you're going to want to gather all of your ingredients. You will need 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon baking soda, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons salt, 4 eggs, 1.5 cups of buttermilk, 1.5 cups of warm water, half a cup of vegetable oil, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract.
And for the frosting, you're going to want 1 package of instant vanilla pudding mix, 8 ounces of Cool Whip, and a 1/4 cup of milk.
Now, you can start by gathering together all of your dry ingredients. And you can use them. Today we are going to be using a KitchenAid mixer with the paddle attachment. And now we can start dumping everything in. So that will be our cocoa powder,
Our 3 cups of sugar,
our 3 cups of flour, our baking soda or baking powder, and our salt. And now, since we are using an electric mixer, you are going to want to mix it on a slow speed so it doesn't go everywhere.
you're going to want to mix it until it's a consistent tan color, which may take a little bit, but you're not going to want to speed it up because otherwise it will go poof all over the kitchen.
And once you think it is fully mixed, I would recommend taking a spatula or something like this and going around the sides just to make sure that you have everything mixed in correctly.
So right now it looks like this, but we're going to take the spatula and scrape the edges because as you can see, there is cocoa powder and straight flour just stuck to the edges of the bowl.
And for this cake, you will need a 9x13 pan, and you will want to spray that. Some people use butter spray or cooking spray, and some people just use melted butter and rub it along the bottom and the sides. Well, I'll put the ingredients and you can get that. Now, since this is fully mixed, Ivy will show you what it looks like real quick.
See, it is a nice tan, consistently mixed color.
And now that that is mixed, we can start to dump in our wet ingredients, or the rest of them. So we will need our water, our vegetable oil, our 4 eggs, our buttermilk,
While spraying the pan, make sure you do it over the sink. We have wood floors in our kitchen, and it will get very slippery if you do it over the wood floor.
and your vanilla. You're going to want to start mixing this on a low speed as well, because otherwise everything will go everywhere, and that's a mess we just don't want to clean up. So you can mix it on a low speed, and once it starts gradually getting mixed together better, you can start increasing the speed as you go.
While that is mixing, we can start making the frosting with the 8 ounces of Cool Whip, the 1 Jell-O instant pudding mix, and the 1/4 cup of milk.
And just like with the dry ingredients, you are going to want to scrape the sides of this as well, just to make sure that you have everything fully incorporated.
You will know this is done getting mixed when you can lift the spatula and it will hold a peak shape.
A stiff peak, and it will tend to hold its shape once it starts getting mixed more. Would you like a fork to do that? And a little hack that I like to use is that if you are using a KitchenAid, once you take the bowl of batter out and you still have your paddle attachment on there, place a little paper towel underneath that so it doesn't get all over, because that makes it a lot harder to clean up.
This may be easier to mix with a fork or a whisk. I do not have one handy at the moment, so I'm still using the spatula, which also works fine.
And while she's doing that, since this is what the batter looks like fully mixed, you will see some air bubbles, and that is a good sign. So I will start to take the pan and I will start pouring it in there, put it in the oven. And now that we have all of the batter in there, I can put it in the oven, and you're going to want it in there on 400 for 30 to 35 minutes. Everybody's oven is different though, so you might want to put it in there longer than that even.
This is now starting to hold its shape very well. It's not as obvious because I'm not mixing with a whisk or a fork, but it is thick enough where we have a pre-baked cake to show you how to frost it.
Our family does like a lot of frosting, so that's why we're putting the entire thing on there. This frosting also works very, very well with a layer cake if you want some frosting in between those as well.
Once this is evenly spread on the cake, you can cut it and serve it right away.
This cake will last in your fridge for about a week, and it's perfect for any occasion.
This is what the final cake should look like. And you can cut it, serve it, and you're good.
Follow these instructions for an amazing chocolate cake with some pudding frosting.